Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of East Meets West, ladies and gentlemen. And yes, this is a Valkyries episode. Um, we didn't do good at home, but we looking forward. So, welcome your boy Conrado CP7 underscore. Oh wait, no, CP3 underscore 777. Your boy opinionated MJ opinionated underscore MJ. And make sure y'all follow the pod, EMW underscore pod on Twitter. And yeah, like I'm I'm kind of disappointed. I thought Kayla would go off harder. Um I don't know. I want to hear your thoughts about this team before I mean it's just day one. You know what I mean? Like it's not like it's this is not the final product. So I'm not tripping at all. Like a lot of people are kind of sacking the Valkyries, and I'm not sacking them. I think they have enough veterans to get at least 10 wins. And I don't know, like we seen it today. We seen the inconsistencies of them not having like the camaraderie or the chemistry. Um, that's really it for me. Like we just it's just no chemistry yet. And because mainly on the passing, to have as many turnovers as you had, like you can't have those turnovers. You got to cut it in half at least, and that will be game. You cut the turnovers in half, that's game. So I don't feel away because this is a new team, new players, new system, everything. So I'm not tripping. I still feel like they're a threat because they compete game in, game out, and I don't know. I'll be shocked when it starts being, oh, they beat the Aces. Oh, they beat the Liberty. Oh, they like then it's gonna be a problem. It's gonna be like, oh, are they like the Dallas Wings from 2 years ago? You know what I mean? So I just feel like, and then we don't even have your girl yet. She's not here. And she's the unicorn, right? People are calling her the unicorn. So go in. Go in.
All right, Debbie Downer. I'm pretty optimistic after tonight's game.
Yeah, I
All
am
things
too.
considered, in what was the final score? In a 17-point loss.
Yeah.
I mean, it's easy to say that because, I mean, unlike you, I'm sorry, I don't see this team being even close to a playoff contention. And if they do, that's great. We'll all be pleasantly surprised. But I did say I believe they're going to be competitive night in, night out. And maybe the final score doesn't reflect that. But I disagree. I think I saw a lot of great moments of really good chemistry. Chemistry and execution are two different things.
Yeah.
Yes, more chemistry can lead to better execution, but no, I think a lot of some of the sets that we'll quickly like kind of touch upon, and we'll probably see a lot of it, throughout the season.
Just go in.
Yeah, I think there's a lot obviously to build upon. I don't think it was as bad of a performance as, like I said, the final score indicates. To me, what tonight showed was kind of what I feared or kind of thought would happen going into this game.
Yeah.
Was that, make no mistake, Janelle Salon, right, quote unquote, as some people call the unicorn, and our girl Cecilia Zendalicini, and actually Stephanie Talbot too. They were all out today. Zendalicini and Talbot are just kind of like coming back from like some minor injuries. Janelle Salon just came like and joined the team yesterday. She finished her overseas obligations, in the LFB. But the point is when those three return, they're not somehow going to like just magically transform this team into contender. No, that's not what I'm trying to get at. But the 9 players that we had available today, to me, it was inevitable that the lineups were going to have a lot of imbalance.
Right.
Like, for example, the starting lineup. I understand why Natalie Nakase went with that starting lineup, right? The starting lineup being Veronica Burton, Yeah, the starting lineup being Veronica Burton, Tiffany Hayes, Kate Martin, Kayla Thornton, Temi Fagbenle. I've always been saying, right, like I truly believe that Kayla Thornton at this point in her career actually is an adequate stretch four.
Yeah.
I don't think she concedes too much defensively. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel like the reason why she did that was, again, right, Kate had not started in the preseason. I had a feeling this was coming because, okay, we already kind of know, like, again, Veronica Burton has made some strides offensively. She has.
Right.
She really has. But I don't think, even if you ask her, like, I don't think she is comfortable enough to the point where you could actually, again, like, have her handle the ball, right? Possession to possession basis and to facilitate for others. That's not what she's doing yet, right? Again, at best, she's better off as off-ball, catch and shoot, secondary ball handler, a connective passer.
Right.
Right? So I figured if they do this, right, if you're going to keep her in the starting lineup for defensive purposes, because that's why you want her there, is for her defense, her on-ball point of attack defense, right? To be able to switch out of the point of attack, then you need somebody else to be a ball handler.
Right.
So I was like, okay, this is going to have to be Tip. Tip's going to be a ball handler, right?
Yeah.
And I figured if you're going to do that, then you might as well actually put two of your better wing defenders in the lineup, which is why I figured Kate would go in, right?
Yeah.
Tip is essentially the point guard in that lineup, and really Kate and VB are essentially wings. They're off-ball players.
Right.
Defensively, it made sense. You saw that in the first half, I'm not saying they let Kelsey Plum go off, but I think they made more of a concerted effort to put her in isolation and try to limit like Rickea Jackson. And I think they did a fairly decent job, right? Rickea Jackson, Odyssey Sims, right? They didn't shut them down, but they definitely minimized, right? They minimized their catch and shoot opportunities. They minimized the number of field goal attempts, right? They basically had to kick it out to Kelsey Plum because VB and Kate did a good job, right? But Kelsey Plum took advantage. She did. So kudos to her, right? But what I'm saying is the lineup, it made sense. It's just I never think, like, it's not sustainable in long stretches.
No.
And as we saw, right, like it worked enough to keep the game close. But then you saw, right, to start the third quarter, there are too many offensive lulls.
Yeah.
Right. And this is why I was like, man, I know.
But it's not bad. It's not bad, though. It's not bad.
No. That's what I'm saying. There is a template. But what I'm saying is, like, if it were my choice, I would have still gone ahead and started Julie Von Lowe.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Why? Because you need a true, like, ball handler. You need a true, like, facilitator. You need a real playmaker, a shot creator off the dribble.
Right.
And technically, we really, maybe shot creator off the dribble. We have like two for sure in Julie and Tip Hayes. Maybe Carla's kind of coming. Eventually, she'll get to that point where she feels comfortable. In terms of like ball handlers, facilitators, really Julie and Carla, right?
Yeah.
But it's difficult. Like I said, I understand, like, okay, if you're worried that, having Julie starting and being kind of susceptible at the point of attack, yeah, I understand that. You might think like Julie is a defensive liability. I'm just, given our options, I would have just rather trusted her.
Yeah.
To fight, because if you really, don't look at the box score, watch the actual game, and don't just watch the ball, watch off the ball. If you see her, she actually is fantastic fighting off screens. That is what let them get back in the game. Well, one of the factors, right? Fight off the screens, jump the passing lanes. That series, what was it? That series, like late third quarter or midway to late third quarter, where they kind of started to make a little bit of a comeback, right? there were a lot of defensive plays that Julie and Carla and Tip were making. I think they can do enough. They can do enough, right, to at least allow the back line of the defense to be in position to make a play. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the lineup that Nelly Nakase went with, I was like, dude, if you run this lineup way too long, no, it's not viable. It's not viable, but it's not a bad lineup. It's a viable lineup, like a change of pace when you are substituting. It's not something that you should be starting with, right? So that's why I like, okay, like they showed me, okay, there you go. There's proof. This thing works, you know? Other than that, the quality of shots they were getting was also pretty good.
Yeah.
It's now a matter of actually see again, don't just look at the box score. Right. Here's the problem of why I don't think VB and Kate Martin can be starting in long stretches. When you're there, when the two of them are out there, right, and they are basically off-ball players. Like I saw like on Twitter people asking, how come Kate is always like just kind of camping out in the corner?
Yeah.
I like Kate Martin. Let's be real. Have you seen her actually try to create off the dribble? Have you tried to see her like attack in isolation? It's not pretty. I'm not saying she can't do it, but again, it's not she's not at the level where she's comfortable doing that, right? You can't just give her the ball, right? She kind of needs to be set up, and oftentimes the easiest way is to be like spotting up, right, for a catch and shoot shot.
Right.
But that's the thing. When you're a starter and you're an off-ball player, you have to take the shots that are created for you. And in that first half, Veronica Burton and Kate Martin, they combined for only 2 3-point attempts.
Right.
Now, I'll tell you how many were actually created for them combined. At least 9. At least 9. That means they turned down 7 combined.
Whoa. Okay.
Now, you could make an argument, well, Conrad, maybe they're not good 3-point shooters. Well, then shit, right? Then we have a bigger problem. But hey, right? If you believe in Kate's like shooting development last year in Vegas, small sample size, right? But I mean, they went in. You trust what she did in Unrivaled. Hey, right? She should feel empowered to shoot. And that's what I'm saying. Like, that's kind of why I don't want them playing together in long stretches, or at least that can't be like your second and third options, right? Like offensively. Now, again, you could say, yeah, Kayla Thorne should have stepped up more.
I liked what Kayla did early because she worked to try to set a tone. And I just don't to me, this team just is in this, they're like, they don't have, I know where you like the ball at. They're in dysfunction. They don't know where everybody likes the ball at. It looks to me kind of like Caitlin Clark last season did, where she was throwing passes, but it was a turnover. And this is what it looks like to me. And those passes were, if they connected, they were scores. And it would have tilted this game. So I personally think that the Valkyries are working towards something. And I've been excited about what their offense will look like. And just looking at them come out this game, they were leaning on their vets. But that's not going to be like game 20. It's going to be different. And I love what I seen from them as well. And I just think it was just the turnovers. Like, for me, it was just the turnovers. It's just like you trying to throw in between two people. Usually you can make that pass, but you have to time it correctly. You have to make sure you time it to the point where your timing is your timing. It's not the defender's timing. Like, it's like, boom, I got that. You know what I mean? Like, where it's not, oh, okay, I'm supposed to give this to you. Oh, here you go. And then it's turnover. Like, once that clicks in, this offense will be fluid. Like, and I look forward to seeing it be that way. I do. I really do. Because it's going to get that way. And then especially with your girl. Like, I'm waiting for you to talk about your girl.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. Like, yeah, I agree. I mean, duh. If you didn't have, like, how many did they have today? Let me see here. They had 20 turnovers. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You're
20.
not going to win a game like that. I agree. I agree. There were certain moments where it's like, yeah, probably timing and familiarity.
Yeah.
I think there was like one play where like I think it's like early fourth quarter. It stood out to me. Like Julie drove baseline. There's no way she had the angle to make that reverse layup. She did the right job. She pulled the defense with her. She tried to hit Temi, who was cutting down the lane, but she went for the bounce pass instead of the chest pass. I think like she probably should have hit Temi with the chest pass. She would have been able to lay that in, right?
Yeah.
You know,
easy.
You can make an argument maybe like her. That's what I'm saying, right? There is familiarity with like legitimate familiarity.
Yep.
The moments,
that's what it is.
Like the 3 minutes that she and Kiara Linskins played together, you could definitely tell, right? That's what I'm saying. That is true chemistry. That is 2 years of familiarity, right? Because Linskins already knows where to screen without visually having a call for the screen, you know?
Right.
Shout out to Temi Fegbenle. I put this out on Twitter, right? All of 2024.
Why did the fever let her go?
All of 2024, she made two pointers. She made 2 tonight in one game.
Or 3 pointers. 3 pointers. 3 pointers.
I'm sorry, 3 pointers.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know if that's necessarily going to be a thing, but I do like it. I do like, you know, kind of like having like those kind of like release valve options. But yeah, again, I think, like I said, 2 things definitely held us back in this game. One of which will likely hold us back all season, right? Again, when we talked about.
Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
One, because I was having this discussion with a peer before the game, because he asked, "Why am I not higher on the Valkyries?" Because right, he watched our look ahead video.
Okay.
Where I did mention that I thought the 3 teams that are kind of be at the bottom of the standings by the end of the season in some order is going to be like the Valkyries, the Mystics, and the Sun.
Yeah.
He says, don't you think they'll be a little bit better than that? And I said, I don't know. Like, part of the reason why is I do believe we have talented players.
Right.
But a lot of them we lack two-way players, right? 2 of whom did not play tonight.
Right.
Right?
That's true.
And that's what I'm saying. That is, again, going back to my whole little like theme here of unsustainability or like either offensive or defensive lulls, right? I feel like this is going to happen for periods throughout games this season. Just because, again, right, that's what I'm saying. Like, Natalie, I think, is trying to find that right balance from lineups, but I really don't think there is enough of those two-way players to connect them to give you that balance, right? There's always going to be like maybe like a slight defensive liability, or maybe a guy that, or I'm sorry, not a guy, like a player that's, you know, not much of an offensive threat. Right. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. But I think if you have the right combinations, you can kind of work around that.
Right.
And then the second one that probably will not be solved this year in season is we really don't have star potential. Like, or we don't have a star player. Sorry. No. We don't have an established, right? Like, what was the first game, right? Before our game on at least for me, on Ion, for me, it was Minnesota and Dallas.
Yeah.
That was a superstar masterclass by Fee.
Yeah.
Like,
man.
And again, right? MVP, right? Like, she's gonna be, you know, like MVP. I'm saying, like, we all know that she is considered like one of the best, right? Her, Asia, you know, et cetera, right? All I'm saying is we don't have that luxury, you know, where a lot of our offense will not necessarily have to be all like drawn up or scheme, but there has to be a little bit more structure, like a structured flow, I guess is what Natalie Nakase is going for.
Right.
Whereas, make no mistake, the Lynx are a machine, but when they're late in the shot clock, they do have the talent. Just give it to your best player and let them create something, right? Like a Julie a Julie Von Lowe bailout 3 is, you saw it. We had that conversation yesterday. Momentum shifting plays. And that's what Julie is going to provide us. You know what I'm saying? It'd be nice, though, again, right, if those are the types of plays that are breaking a game open as opposed to having to, like, play catch-up. So, yeah, I think that's why, like, I do think there is a definitive ceiling on this team. I'm not going to let this one loss, like, I don't know how much we're projected to win.
This isn't the final iteration of the team either, though. You know?
Oh, no. Yeah. Well, I mean, no, obviously not. Right? We're literally missing three players that will be a part of the rotation.
You could have said it, 3 tilt players.
Oh no, yeah, but I'm just saying, like, you know, but yeah, going back to it. So, Janelle Salon kind of had a very low key, like, introductory press conference. So she did, in fact, like, I think a lot of fans were kind of wondering when she would be joining the team. Would it be after Eurobasket? No. Yeah. Look at that. Right after she finished, right, her LVF finals. Yeah. Hopped on a plane. Was in the Bay Area, apparently, as like last night.
Yeah.
And she was in front of the cameras earlier today. So, I mean, I think our next game is, like, Tuesday or something like that. I have to check the schedule.
Yeah.
But the point is, right, like, I don't know when she'll be joining the lineup, but obviously she's here. She'll have an opportunity to practice. Again, I want to reiterate, Janelle Salon, Cecilia Zen-Lassini, to a lesser extent, Stephanie Talbot. No, they are not solutions, but I think, kind of going back to what you and I have been saying about being a truly competitive, a competitive out, night in, night out.
Yeah.
When those 3 join the fold, I do believe that will now help go a long way in terms of mitigating both those offensive and defensive lapses.
Right.
Again, I don't want to put too much pressure on Salon, but I think all of, fans that are very familiar with her game, that have seen her overseas.
Yeah.
I think they will all attest, because she's not a project. Say, like, she's kind of more, I wouldn't say like Leona Fibic, but right, like, she is an older, like, she's way more polished. Like Carla Late and her countrywoman, Leila Lacan, for the Connecticut Sun, like, they are raw. This is their developmental period.
Right.
Janelle's had hers. Like, she is expected to come in and legitimately contribute. Again, not saying superstar, but I think she will have, like, a high impact. And Zen-Lassini, I am extremely excited. And I think she is too at this opportunity because, again, the Lynx are a well-oiled machine, and she played her part, as a cog in that machine. She played her part well. But I think Cece knows she is way capable more. So actually, I take it back. Add another one. She is one that can really create off the dribble. Now, you don't want her, like, again, like, dribbling in circles, but she can. She can. And I'm actually really excited to see her because, again, there you go. I think at the end, especially when the Sparks kind of started feeling the pressure of us coming back, they completely cheated on defense, right? They completely played off of Burton. They played off Kate Martin. They played off Monique Billings. That one I was actually okay. In terms of things I'd like to see, maybe some improvement or something different moving forward. I don't understand why Monique Billings was in the corner. Now, that one, to me, is more questionable than Kate Martin being in the corner, especially in the preseason. Monique was, like, on the block. Like, what happened here?
I mean, is it, do you think it's the offense? Because I was wondering about that too. Like, I don't know if I've ever seen Monique shoot threes in my life. I don't know. Like that anyway. Like, no, just freely.
I'd have to
Monique
look
Billings
it up.
For 3. Monique Billings, like, huh?
She has no. I mean, she's definitely not a volume 3-point shooter. I know that will be an emphasis, right?
Yeah.
Of, like, her, like, there's something she wants to kind of expand this year,
develop.
And I'm all for it.
Yeah.
The only thing I could guess is, like, they tried to run a couple side pick and rolls. It got, like, blown up because I do think, like, there are some periods where Rakea and Sarah Ashley Barker did a really good job fighting over the screen. I think they
Yeah.
blew up the pick and roll. So I'm thinking maybe Billings thought the right idea was then to stay in the corner.
Yeah.
To give like Julie or whoever or Tip some space to try to drive, and if it wasn't there, she's now like the release valve. But like she ended up just taking threes tonight. That's why I'm like, you know, maybe we should have like called a different play or something like that. I don't know. It's but on the flip side, Tammy did cash in. She did cash in. So I mean, I think they are empowered. Like, okay, right. If the initial pick and roll is blown up, then fine. Like you got the green light to bombs away. So which okay, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm still high on this team. Like I think that, you know, like we said, we will see them compete. They won't get blown all the way out, but they will be around. And I just think they need to be at a full bill of health. That's any team. And they just need time. You know what I mean? Like, cause I don't have anything that I felt like was wrong with them outside of trying to make certain passes, like trying to make the passes close from afar, whatever. They don't have the chemistry to be like, oh, I know where you want the ball, how I need to get you the ball, where you want the ball. And that's the next level. You know what I mean? Like once the ball is connecting, then that enables another option. You know what I mean? So it's for them to connect, and I think they will. I know they will, and I'm still excited because if this offense is featuring Monique Billings shooting corner threes, then what does that mean? Like when they have a full bill of health?
Okay, Tammy was shooting above the break, which in my opinion is even like crazier.
Crazy. Like,
wait a minute, I'm like, wait a minute.
I'm like, oh, Tammy. Oh. Like
I told you, right? Dude, BG, you want to be a stretch five? I'm like, watch, Tammy's got something for you. Right?
Yeah. So, yeah. For real.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I've been optimistic, but within, I think, reasonable expectations. Like I said, right? I mean, like, again, maybe my reaction would be a lot differently if we really, truly, really were like gunning for a playoff spot. But I come on, I think that's a little. That's a lofty goal.
That's a lot right now. Yeah,
that's a lofty goal. Maybe ask us again, right after 10 games, right? If we're 0-1 today, if we happen to be like 5-5 after 10, then okay, maybe things are different, right? But
if we're down with the lower teams, that's what 10 through 12. Who are the two that's above that?
I mean,
so who are 9 and 10? You know what I mean?
I mean, like, I don't think Sparks fans don't hate me, right? Like, I think Sparks, aren't you fighting for an 8 seed?
And Cameron Brink coming back
after the All-Star break.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not. If you're a Sparks fan right now, are you really using this game to say like, "Hey, we're here, we've made it"? Like, I don't know.
I mean, Kelsey showing her volume was pretty good because I knew she was capable. Even with the aces, she was capable, but you have to sacrifice your game when you have other great players around you. I understand that.
Yeah.
And it's just a matter of everybody fitting in around her. Are they going to be satisfied with her being the volume when last season they didn't have somebody like in their way to take that volume? She's taking it. She, at least for this game, for game one, if I'm overreacting, Kelsey Plum took their volume, but she converts. So it's not a problem. You know what I mean? But I think they'll be better too. But I just to get back to the Valkyries, because that's where we are. This team, this is just a preview.
I mean, yeah, simply put, if we're not a playoff team, then I'd rather be a bottom 3 team. It's that simple. Like,
Right.
we should. I'm sorry. We should. We're not tanking. We didn't build a team to be bad, right? It's just organic growth. I mean, like, I don't think it's a bad, like, this is not a bad collection of players or anything like that.
Yeah.
But again, it lacks that star power.
Oh,
And I'm
you
okay
got
with
the
that.
red behind you. What you do? Switch the background up?
I don't know. I just clicked.
You out there with Doctor Strange?
That's pretty cool, right? That's
Yeah.
awesome, dude. No, but who's red? Atlanta Dream. What am I being transported right to another team?
Yeah.
So, yeah. I mean, you see the Mystics win tonight. Like, haha. Okay.
Yeah.
Valkyries
Yeah.
have a higher what is it? Lottery seating.
Yeah. We do.
No, I'm kidding. But yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, in my opinion, there's no losing in all of this.
Not really. Because the Valkyries have youth in place that's going to progress. You know what I mean? And they're going to figure out the things they need to figure out. How I need to get the ball going, how I need to give the ball to you, how I need to get the ball to you coming off of a screen. Like, they don't, those, it's like the little things they don't have. You know what I mean? Like, they don't have the little things right now. That's why I'm not sold out on them, like thinking they're just going to be trash. Because it's just some stuff to learn, and they will need a full bill of health, because then you have the incoming players coming back, and then all of a sudden, oh yeah, the rotation looks like this. So it might be 25 games for them, but I'm thinking within 20 games, I really feel that way, just period. Just in basketball, it takes you 20 games to figure out what you have, how you need to go about it, and go from there. Like, I just think that's jail time. Jail time is 15 to 20 games, and for some teams it's like right after the break. Like, we seen Caitlin Clark do her thing after the break. You know what I mean? And the whole Indiana Fever team just flipped, and I think that's another thing. And then before that, we seen Chelsea Gray go from, oh, you don't deserve to be an all-star. Oh, I don't deserve to be an all-star. Oh, let me have the greatest playoff performance ever in men's and women's basketball. You know what I mean? So, and if y'all don't know it, look up Chelsea Gray, Seattle Storm. I'm sure it's there. It was one of the greatest performances ever. Like, that was one of the greatest basketball performances I've ever seen. So, with that being said, just don't, like, sell them out off of one game or 10 games or even 20, because they can go through 20 games and go 2-18, but then suddenly they win 5, they lose 2, they win another 7, and then it's like, oh, did we sleep on? Like, no, some teams just, especially with this being an expansion team, they need to figure themselves out, figure out like what the offense is, because today didn't show me nothing, but they depended on their vets early, and then they went abroad. You know what I mean? So that's really all I took from this game. Like, they depended on their vets early, and then they were like, okay, let's see what else. And then Julie just started going on the heater. And if she would have kept on, like, it would have been fun to like just watch, especially if she would have won the game. But I think this is just super surface level. You know what I mean? And they will get better. And I love Monique Billings. Like, I truly believe in her, like, interior game, because no matter where she's gone, she's been productive. So I think they have enough inside to get things done, especially with Timmy Fagbingley as well. And then it's just figuring out what's going on everywhere else, and they're going to figure it out. Especially, like, I did my homework a little bit with the unicorn, the new you, and like, if she comes to this team with that, like, that opens up a whole nother thing. Especially if you're trying to spread your bigs out, you leave those avenues on the floor open for her to be able to do those things that she can do. You know what I mean? And I think that
Yeah.
she will be like she will fit in with this team, and they've been real intricate with who they've drafted, who they pick, who they've added to this team. I think they've been real intentional. You know, like yeah, they might be tanking. You know what I mean, like the silent tanking, but at the same time, they are still building towards something because they have vets in place with the youth that they have in place, and it's going to basically put them on the path to success. You know what I mean? So I'm still high on the Valkyries. Like I feel like this can be the first expansion team still, even after a loss, that can make like strides. It doesn't mean that I'm saying they're gonna win 20 games, but I'm saying that next season it's a problem. It is, especially with the CBA, everybody free. If they do tank, um, and everything else that's involved, like that flips the whole thing. It flips the coin on its head. So I like what I seen. I like what I seen. Like I'm not mad at them for a new team. Like yeah, because I'm looking at the Sparks and I'm looking at them like okay, y'all kind of know each other, but then y'all got Kelsey Plum, and I wasn't sleeping on Kelsey Plum either. Like her time with the Aces, she was sacrificing her game. You play for a championship team, more than likely you're sacrificing your game. And Kelsey Plum is the one I knew. I said it on Six Spot. What is going to be her volume? Like, and here we are. We see her volume.
Yeah,
She at
no,
least for a game.
no.
At least for a game.
Yeah, for one game. No,
For a
this is
game.
not remotely sustainable. Like,
Yeah, no, it's not sustainable, but there will be games where she will be. It will be like
yeah,
this. It'll be Kelsey Plum 25, 30, 22. You know what I mean? And they will like they'll package it together, but let's stay Valkyries because that's what we're doing.
yep, yep. Before we close, again, I mean, in terms of shot quality and the comfort that they look like they had, like taking it, their comfort level taking it.
Yeah.
I mean, Temi and Monique each attempted 4 3-pointers. Fucking awesome, dude.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's
And it's
crazy.
all from the exact same spot.
Yeah.
So, like, to a certain extent, like
the right corner
they were
wing
prepared.
and from the top.
Yeah, like I feel like this was definitely like, you know, it was practice. Like, okay, they're ready for that situation. So that's
Yeah.
pretty cool. Carla Late only played 12 minutes.
Yeah.
The irony is in a 17-point loss, she was a game high +9. For whatever it's worth, for people that want to like plus minus.
Right.
But you know, a very quiet night, 2 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist, 3 turnovers. Going back to what you were saying, you can definitely see what she's trying to do. And, you know, like if you really watch each of those turnovers, like, okay, I get it. But the timing was a little off, you know. So part of that's her getting a little too greedy. Like you've already broken the paint. You could probably dump it off now.
Yeah.
Others were like, again, just well, one was a little too daring, right? Trying to thread the needle, you know, like she's kind of going like, you know, 60 miles an hour and then trying to thread the needle through like 3 defenders. It's probably not the best idea, you know. And then the last one, I believe she was trying to, same again, trying to hit Temi cutting down the lane and threw it behind her, you know, just a little late on the pass. And so, okay, turnover. So all I'm saying is I think obviously there are better days ahead.
Yeah.
But to me, especially again, we're only at game 1.
Right.
I'll be more critical down the line. Well, I'll probably be more critical, period.
Yeah.
But I'll be more critical because, again, I'm okay right now if all of them, well, maybe the veterans probably, you should be making a little, fewer mistakes, ideally.
Yeah.
But anyway, regardless, right? As you said, they're all new for the most part.
Yeah.
With each other, familiarizing. I guess what I'm saying is I'm willing to, like, I'm okay with these mistakes. What I'm more interested is, do you have the ability, you know, to learn from these mistakes? Like, are you like, you know what I'm saying? Like internally and like collectively, you know, that'll inform us again. Like, okay, you know, what are the types of improvements roster building wise? Like, you know, the different types of additions, whether that is trades, free agency that they need to make. And what is it that each of these players need to improve, you know? Because if we're at game 25 and Carla's still making the same turnovers, then I'll be really pissed.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then, okay, then you have to really kind of question yourself, like, okay, what's going on? What do we need to do as a coaching staff? What do you need to do as a player?
Yeah.
Are you capable of improving? Are you unwilling to improve? Right. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Those are the things I'm more interested in learning. But overall, like I said, from the X's and O's perspective, I'll probably watch the game again.
Yeah.
The shot quality was pretty good. Again, right? Either you got to knock down the shot, or as we said earlier, for some of those other players, you have to take the shot. You have to take the shot. Because again, make no mistake, I'm not putting this on any one player, Kate Martin, you know, but 0 of 7 combined, that's not going to cut it.
No,
that's not going to cut it.
It's not. And it's just game one. Like,
it's just game one.
They again, actually look good. Like you've been saying, they looked good. You know what I mean? Like, go ahead.
No, as you were saying, no, like I agree. No, I'm just saying, like, I agree with you. Like a lot, I don't know how many of them. Some of them were sloppiness. Like some of them, like those turnovers got very chaotic. However, it was like the two-way chaos because like the Sparks were turning the ball over. We get like a steal, and then all of a sudden we would turn. You know, like it got very like helter skelter.
Right.
But
that's kind of why I say what I say.
Yeah,
they kind of.
I guess what I'm trying to say is like
maybe
I don't know. I have to look at them. Maybe like half of the turnovers are like unfamiliarity.
Yes,
with each other,
and that's why I said you cut the turnovers in half. Like that's game.
Well, we'll see. Right? Again, shot making. You have to actually make the shots. You know, even if you're creating quality looks. So we'll see. We'll see. Yeah. But again, Cecilia Zandolini is like what? Like at least statistically, she is one of the absolute best 3-point shooters in the entire dub. So yeah, that'll change things a lot. Yeah. And even I gotta admit, I've been a little bit low on Stephanie Talbot. Only because when you find out who else we got in the expansion draft, it's like, huh, right? Like, okay, you got Kayla Thornton.
Yeah.
You got Monique Billings. Like, I'd rather give them minutes over Stephanie Talbot. Like, that's just how I don't think Stephanie Talbot is a bad player, but they clearly have intentions to play her. I believe. Like, you know, like the first preseason game, the starting lineup was put out and she was in it, and then it got scratched. Like she and CC were in it, and then it got scratched because, like, oh no, they're dealing with minor injuries. So what I'm saying is, it looks like Nelly Nakase does intend to have them be part of the rotation.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah, and I like that too. Like, that's why I say, like, this team is not. We still can't really judge them yet. You know what I mean? Like, they're going to compete. That's really it. Right now, they're going to compete. And we can't judge them because they don't have everything intact. And I think once they do, because to me, they built their roster on, we intend to play like this. And they handpicked every player that they picked in order for the offense to actually flow that way. And until we have all those players available to us, we can't do that. And they were very fickle and picky about who they drafted, who they acquired, who they signed. And I'm still excited about this offense because I'm seeing what they want to do, at least in game one. And like you said, it's just a matter of knocking down certain shots. It's a matter of actually sealing the pass. You know what I mean? That's really, like, I didn't really see nothing else wrong. They played scrappy on defense. They were there, like, trying to run people off the three. They were there at the rim a lot of times. The intangibles are there. I'll say that. That's what I should say.
I would say the tangibles are there. Again,
the intangibles
from an
are
X's
there.
and O's standpoint, I would say the defensive game plan was largely acceptable.
Yeah.
I know it's weird to say that when you say, oh, okay, Kelsey Plum went off for 37.
Yeah.
But if you really look at her shot diet and then you look at what like Rakea and Odyssey Sims was,
Yeah.
like that's what I'm saying. Like they actually were fairly disciplined on defense, that's why I'm saying, hey, right, you got to give credit where credit's due.
Right.
But we'll see.
I'm looking forward to it. This got me looking forward to it even more.
I guess real quick, before we now finally sign off.
Drop a
the next game. Oh no, just the next game for us is actually. I'm sorry, I misspoke. The next game is on Wednesday.
Okay. Wednesday. Damn. It's Friday. Jesus Christ. All right. Wednesday.
Wait, let me confirm.
Make sure.
Yeah. Yeah. It's Wednesday, May 21st. We host the Mystics, the Washington. Okay. So there you go. Tankathon, right?
That's gonna be a fun game because it's two
battle,
teams
which
competing.
The Mystics won a game.
Yeah. Yes.
Look at that.
Yeah, they did. Shout out, y'all. Shout out to the Mystics.
You know, that Alicia Gray, Brittany Sykes one-on-one duo battle was pretty fun tonight. You know, I mean, I was watching Dallas, but I was watching in picture.
I was watching Dallas too. Looking at Paige.
But again, the veterans showed some really good stuff. Even the ones that we've known for a long time, expanding their game. I like that. Just like we said on the look ahead about these teams that we have these really good veterans that probably could thrive on a title contender.
Right.
I'm not going to, again, this is a Valkyries pod. All I'm saying is I watched 5 other teams compete tonight.
Yeah.
A lot of them could use a center like Temi Fagbedle.
I'm
not running her out of town. I'm just saying. I know. I'm just saying. I'm like, wait a minute, man. Like, I saw some teams struggle in the front court. I'm just
like imagine Timmy on the Aces or the Lynx or like New York. Like, oh, Temi Fagbedle from 3. Like, like when she was making threes, I'm looking like, what happened? Is this something that was going on? Like, people don't know, but off the record, we were texting during the game, and I'm like, this is kind of D'Antoni-ish, where when you get around a shooter that needs shooters, the coach has a tendency, depending on your coach, to have you start working to shoot. So is that something that happened while she was in Indiana? You know what I mean? Like, oh, we got Caitlin. We need to shoot threes. Like, start putting up threes. And then they just let her go. But now she's in Golden State. And then now she has a three-pointer. So that opens up her to not only just chase her shot, but for the floor to be spaced even that much more. You know what I mean? And for other things to be able to happen, especially if she's making the correct pass. Like, that's why I can't put a marker on like what they're doing, like what the Valkyries are doing. I can't put a marker on it. It will take 20-25 games for me to do that. Like, they look good, they do. It's just turnovers. This game was turnovers. You can't have 20 turnovers and expect to win the game. You can't. That's just real life.
Because even though we want to be in the lottery.
Yeah,
I actually do. Like, even right, me, I'm all about like scouting, team building. So I want my team. I want the Valkyries in the lottery. Having said that, I do believe getting the occasional win is important for a young team. It's good for morale. It's good to know that you're. No, it is. For when we were playing or coaching, right? Like I like, teams to like win because it's just a way to know that, hey, right, all your hard work is culminating in something.
Right.
I say that because our next game is against the Mystics.
Yeah. And then
on Wednesday.
Then you about to go crazy.
A week from today. So on Friday, no, we play the Sparks again. Okay, cool. A little rematch. Then we have a back-to-back against New York. 2 games against the Liberty. So this could easily be 0-5. That's why I was like, let's get one of these wins against the Sparks or the Mystics, right?
Yeah. They'll get the next game. And they'll get one against New York too. You'll see.
I don't even know. That's weird scheduling, man. They're both in New York too.
Yeah, they'll play enough defense against New York. That'll be. I said Caleb revenge. I said Caleb Thornton revenge season on Twitter. It'll
So
be Caleb
after
Thornton.
the 2 games against the Liberty, then we get to play Minnesota.
Oh no, it's no point in even breaking down the teams because they all so good.
No, I know. I'm
like,
just saying, like,
have...
you know, like it would be
No,
nice
like,
if you threw Connecticut in there or something.
I'm talking stuff like you can keep on. Who's after
that? Okay, Phoenix.
Okay.
I mean, you know, they do got Satu. They got AT.
Yeah.
Hopefully, Clay Copper's healthy by then. They will not have Celeste Taylor. I'm mad about that. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then after that, on my birthday.
What's that?
Vegas.
June what?
Oh, June 7.
June 7.
We played the Las Vegas Aces. How fantastic! This is good.
Oh my God, the Aces.
This will be good.
The Aces.
All right.
With Jewel kind of in line.
All right.
Like if she looks in line, she'll
probably have right, kind of like understand her rhythm, know when to pick her spots. Know when and where to pick her spots.
Yeah, because that's how she looks now. Good Lord.
All right. Well, one game at a time. I know this is probably longer. We said this will be like 20 minutes, but I get it, right. It's probably not all of them will be this long. You just kind of.
It didn't feel like 51 minutes, like because it's just we're excited about this team. We're covering this team, so look forward to it. Make sure if y'all love the Valkyries, y'all follow us. Y'all incorporate all Valkyrie stuff to us, and all your friends that's like Valkyries. Yeah, tell them to like and subscribe. Make sure you do the same. You want to close out, or you got anything more to say?
No, we're good.
Yeah,
we're good.
So make sure y'all follow us.
1 down, 43 to go.
yeah. 43 games to go, and then it's gonna be September and October. Like the NBA and the WNBA seasons kind of helped me through life because it's like, okay, this is starting, so I know where this ends. You know what I mean? Like the NBA is gonna run me into the summer. But I'm not looking forward to the end of the WNBA season. I wish they played damn 60 games. You know what I mean? But like
one thing at a time, right?
One thing at a time. And make sure y'all follow us. You see us again at CP7 _, or I keep saying 7 because there's so many 7s on your name, sir. At CP3 _777. That's Camarado. He is to me the greatest basketball mind. There's a lot of great basketball minds out there, but he is a great basketball mind, a scout as well, in case y'all don't know. So make sure y'all give him his respect. Opinionated _MJ, and make sure y'all follow us at EMW _pod as well. Like, subscribe, and we'll be back again tomorrow with the 2025 Western Conference. Yeah, look ahead. So be on the lookout. We might tap in for NBA or something like that. We might. But yeah, we appreciate y'all and thank y'all. Have a good night.
Take care.
Take care.